Welcome back.
Airtel, the smartphone network.
Now we have some of those pictures. Let's share them with you, and we can begin with this one from Ekpe in Lagos State, showing this facility, which our eyewitness reporter says was once used for a Greek youth empowerment scheme. He's worried that the facility has been abandoned and pleads with the relevant authorities to make it work again. Next is this one from Iyanowuru, also in Lagos State, showing two young men hanging onto a moving bus on the expressway. Our eyewitness reporter wants such dangerous acts discouraged. And here's one showing the scene of an accident which was sent in from Shagamu in Ogun State. Our eyewitness reporter says the crash was due to the recklessness of the driver. He reports that a motorcyclist was also killed in the process. Here's an image from Abuja, the Federal Capital Territory, showing two waste bins emitting smoke. According to our eyewitness reporter, the facilities are being used to burn medical waste. He warns that the practice is dangerous, especially coming from a government hospital. And the final one is from Makudi in Benue State, and it shows a flooded street, which our eyewitness reporter says resulted from a downpour.
Airtel, the smartphone network.
Thanks a lot for all your pictures. Now let's cross over to Abuja now, and here's Gloria Umezoke. Gloria.
Hello, Joma. Good to see you, and welcome to Abuja, the nation's capital. Well, two suspects are still being interrogated in connection with the murder of a female preacher in Kubwa, the Federal Capital Territory. Speaking to Channels Television in Abuja, the police commissioner for the Federal Capital Territory, Mr. Alkali Usman, said that 8 people were arrested, but that 6 were released after investigations revealed that they had nothing to do with the death. However, he did not reveal the identity of those arrested. Mr. Usman dismissed reports that the killing had a religious connotation. Deaconess Eunice Olawale was killed in the early hours of Saturday, July the 9th, while preaching on the street of Bazango area of Kubwa Satellite Town in Buari Area Council in the nation's capital. Meanwhile, there's been public outcry over the gruesome killing of the female preacher in a suburb of Abuja. The incident has attracted comments from a cross-section of Nigerians, with the wife of the vice president, Mrs. Dolapo Oshigbajo, visiting the home of the late preacher to commiserate with the family. But this incident throws up a big question of security in the Abuja metropolis. And to look at the security situation in the FCT, I'm now being joined on the news at 10 by the FCT Commissioner of Police, Mr. Alkali Usman. Thank you for joining us on News at 10.
Thank you, Gloria.
Well, we understand now that some arrests have been made. What is the situation at the moment?
Yeah, the situation remains intensive. Investigation into the matter has been launched. The Deputy Commissioner of Police in charge of investigation is heading the investigation team. Like I told you earlier, 8 arrests have been made, but after screening and interrogation, we've released 6. The 2 are helping us in our investigation. That is how far we have gone.
Well, see, this is not the first time this sort of gruesome killing is happening in the FCT. Now we wonder, what plans do you have to ensure this does not reoccur again?
Yeah, I agree. Even on Saturday, on that very day, 2 killings took place in Kubwa. There was another one that took place after that of Mrs. Eunice, which involves one Yunus and Lucky. Yunus stabbed Lucky to death and escaped. But however, we've been able to arrest Yunus this afternoon, and he will be soon arraigned in court. There are other instances of killing that are yet to be conclusively detected. Investigation can take some time, but I assure citizens of FCT that we will leave no stone unturned in getting to the bottom of the matter by fishing out these killers.
And this time around, the police can be relied upon to do the right thing.
You can always rely on the police.
You see, how would you classify this sort of killing? Is it religious intolerance? Is it terrorism? Is it just a crime? How?
Well, until you break through to get the culprits, you may not be able to conclusively say this is the motive. Like in the case of Mrs. Eunice, we were all told that she is somebody who has been involved in preaching around that area, the Five-Line area of Kubwa. She is known to have been doing that down preaching. In the scene, nothing removed from her. The three things that were found very close to her was her megaphone, her telephone, and her slippers. You cannot also conclude by saying anything about whether it is ritual or religious. No part of her body was removed, like earlier reported by the family that her head was cut off, her legs. That was not true. She was intact, but the sign of violence in her body was very glaring. I think from what I saw, I think she's stabbed from the heart with a sharp object.
You see, we don't want to dwell on how she was stabbed or how she was killed.
Yeah.
Actually, what is most important is how the police will go about its investigation. Because
yes,
right about now, we don't exactly know what the true situation is. And we're now wondering, no one came to her rescue at the time she was being killed?
The information we have, that incident took place very early hours of the day. They are talking about 5 a.m. I think most law-abiding citizens are either just about to come out or so. It was a very early preaching which he moved. So some of the arrests we made are people who found around the scene whom we believe we can get some useful information from. So it is not that she has an audience of preachers and she was stabbed. She was on her own, she was moving around, and I think it is a kind of jungle justice. So I wouldn't know conclusively, I wouldn't say this is the motive of the killing.
Our FCT Police Commissioner, Mr. Alkali Usman, thank you very much indeed for coming on the News at 10.
Thank you, Gloria.
Now, staying on security matters, the Cross River State Governor, Ben Ayade, says his administration is ready to flush out criminals trying to dent the peaceful image of the state. Well, according to the governor, security meetings and patrols have been on the increase in the past days to intimate miscreants that their days in the state are numbered.
Calabar, the Cross River State capital, has always been associated with peace, with little or no records of criminal activities as witnessed lately. This situation has left residents pondering where the security infrastructure has gone wrong.
These hoodlums are terrorizing this community day in, day out. You cannot sleep at night.
Well, look about a peaceful area, not a rowdy area, not where touts and criminals came to hide.
A spate of crime has been blamed on several groups, but Bakassi Strike Force leader Simply Benjamin will have none of that.
How can I be seeking for peace and turn around to cause problem? Of what use will such acts pay me? I cannot use such sophisticated weapons in my position to go and steal or rob ordinary citizens or even kidnap ordinary citizens.
The state government says it is aware of the situation and is leaving no stone unturned in dealing with the issues. That is why the governor and service commanders embarked on Operation Show of Force around major streets in Calabar. This, they say, is to demonstrate that the authorities will no longer condone any act of criminality.
We are giving everybody assurance that the criminals, when we came out now, they did not show up. And definitely when we are coming out in the evening, they will not show up again. So the president should be rest assured that they are well protected.
This is no flash in the pan. The state governor says he is determined to keep the security machinery going.
Cross River State is an action state. We can't afford the agony of having any tension anymore. And of course, in terms of sustainability, we have developed a structural and normative framework to ensure that what we have set up as an outcome of our security meeting yesterday and today shall be sustained.
The residents of Cross River State are optimistic that with Operation Show of Force, the state will gradually return to the once peaceful and highly sought-after tourist attraction in the country.
To truly guarantee the protection of the rights of the girl child in Nigeria, effective policies must be put in place by the government. Such policies must include adequate investment in teenage girls, focusing especially on their health and education to improve their lives. Well, this is coming from the chairman of the National Population Commission, Mr. Ezeduru Ihoma, who was speaking at a news conference in Abuja to mark the 2016 World Population Day.
The pitiable conditions of the teenage girls in Nigeria and the gradual erosion of their potentials to live healthy and fulfilled lives are avoidable drawbacks on our collective desire for sustainable development. We cannot afford to leave the teenage girls in this pitiable condition because it has direct bearing on our ability to improve the well-being of the present and future generations. Investing in the teenage girls through appropriate policies and legislations that will guarantee their improved living standards is therefore an absolute necessity. For too long, we have paid lip service to the empowerment of the teenage girls, but the time to act is now.
Well, that's it from Abuja, the nation's capital. It's back to you, Ijoma.
Thanks a lot, Gloria. Now, in recognition of his efforts in the development of his state, the governor of Anambra State, Willie Obiano, has won the 2015 Zik Prize Award for Good Governance. The award ceremony held at the Civic Center here in Lagos and also had the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Yakubu Dogara, receiving the award for public service. The chairman, Channels Media Group, Mr. John Momo, also received the award for professional leadership.
Set up in 1994 in honor of Nigeria's first civilian president, Nnamdi Azikiwe, the Zik Leadership Award has for 22 years honored those in positions of authority who display exemplary leadership in Africa. And now, the stage is set for 7 eminent people to be bestowed with the award in various categories, including public service, political leadership, good governance, professional, and business leadership. The hall at the Civic Center in Lagos is filled with dignitaries from all walks of life who listen to the chairman of the occasion talk about the virtues of the founding fathers of the Nigerian state.
They were not known to look for treasure. In some cases, they use their own resources to fight poverty and to enhance the well-being of their compatriots.
The award presentation commences, and the first recipient is the governor of Anambra State, Willie Obiano, who bags the award for good governance. The recipient is humbled by the gesture.
I'm very happy to be a recipient of this great award. For me to stand in the shadow of the great Zik is something that I never anticipated to happen in my entire life.
Attributes are commended.
Zik of Africa was a man of great ideas and also a man of great action in terms of how he mobilized support for Nigeria's independence, indeed for West African independence. That's why he was called Zik of Africa. And I see some resemblance in Obiano's performance, because Obiano is not just a performing governor. He inspires the people of Anambra State.
Another worthy recipient is the chairman of Channels Media Group, Mr. John Momo, who picked up the award in the professional category. He was represented by the Assistant General Manager, International Operations, and other members of staff of the station. The Speaker of the House of Representatives, Honorable Yakubu Dogara, also went home with the award for public service. Honor is given to whom honor is due, and all those who were recognized here certainly deserved it.
Well, congratulations to all the recipients. And when the news at 10 returns, International Monetary Fund forecasts negative outlook for Nigeria's economy by the end of 2016. That will be on business. Do join us again.